Did you know that toxic people can actually affect your mental and physical health? Research by psychologist Jean Twenge shows that exposure to toxic individuals can increase stress levels and weaken your immune system. As the stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So how can you identify and protect yourself from toxic people? Let's explore the 6 key traits to watch out for. The first trait of toxic people is manipulation. They often use guilt, anger, or self-pity to control others. According to psychologist George Simon, manipulators use tactics like gaslighting and emotional blackmail to get what they want. For example, a friend who constantly calls you to complain about their problems, but never listens to yours, may be manipulating you. The takeaway is to set clear boundaries and prioritize your own needs. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "You can't pour from an empty cup." The second trait is emotional instability. Toxic people often have intense mood swings and can be prone to outbursts. Research by psychologist Marsha Linehan shows that people with borderline personality disorder often exhibit this trait. For instance, a colleague who blows up at you for a minor mistake, but then expects you to forgive and forget, may be emotionally unstable. The takeaway is to maintain a calm and assertive demeanor when dealing with them. As Epictetus said, "The greatest wealth is to live content with little." The third trait is a lack of empathy. Toxic people often struggle to understand and relate to others' feelings. According to psychologist Simon Baron-Cohen, people with autism spectrum disorder may have difficulty with empathy, but toxic people often choose to ignore or dismiss others' emotions. For example, a family member who consistently dismisses your feelings and tells you to toughen up may be lacking empathy. The takeaway is to surround yourself with people who understand and support you. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." The fourth trait is a tendency to criticize and judge others. Toxic people often use criticism as a way to elevate themselves and make others feel inferior. Research by psychologist John Gottman shows that criticism can be a major predictor of relationship problems. For instance, a friend who constantly criticizes your choices and tells you what you're doing wrong may be trying to control you. The takeaway is to focus on your own strengths and accomplishments and avoid taking their criticism personally. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The fifth trait is a lack of accountability. Toxic people often blame others or make excuses for their own behavior. According to psychologist Scott Peck, people who lack accountability often engage in destructive behaviors. For example, a partner who consistently blames you for their mistakes and refuses to take responsibility may be lacking accountability. The takeaway is to hold them accountable for their actions and set clear expectations. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." The sixth trait is a tendency to be overly dramatic or attention-seeking. Toxic people often use drama or attention-seeking behaviors to manipulate others. Research by psychologist David Katz shows that people who engage in attention-seeking behaviors often have underlying insecurities. For instance, a coworker who constantly creates drama and expects everyone to drop everything to help them may be attention-seeking. The takeaway is to maintain a calm and level-headed approach when dealing with them. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In conclusion, recognizing the traits of toxic people is crucial to maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. By understanding these 6 key characteristics, you can protect yourself from their negative influence and surround yourself with positive, supportive people. Remember, as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "You are not your thoughts, you are the one who observes your thoughts." Take control of your life and prioritize your own needs. Thank you for watching. If you want to learn more about how to navigate complex social relationships and maintain a positive mindset, be sure to subscribe to our channel for weekly insights and tips. Join our community and start taking control of your life today.